What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you about the second round of stimulus checks. There are a lot of people that are giving out false information, and there's a lot of government officials that are giving out false information as well, just to be able to scare people into not really supporting a bill or not really supporting something that could go to individuals that can really help out their situation. So I'll get into that in just a second. Before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every week. Make sure you check out the video in the cards, and hopefully you win. So I was watching a video by Brian Jung earlier, and I'm actually a fan of his. I've been watching his content since he was 4,000 subscribers. Now he's close to 100,000. He might be over that right now. But I watched a video that he posted recently, and it was going over the second stimulus checks and talking about why it did not pass. One, I created a video just like that the day before. But two, I mean, the information that was in there, most of it was just accurate. Obviously, you have your own opinion. But when it comes to the cost of stimulus checks or the cost of something like that, there's more that you have to factor into it than just taking the number of people and multiplying it by $2,000 a month. There's more that you have to go into that. And it's not just taking out some people that don't qualify. It's more than that, because when you put money into people's hands, it's way different than if you just give, a loan to a company or something like that. It's way different. So this is the reason why I wanted to make this video. There are so many people that are talking about, it's going to cost $3 trillion, $5 trillion, $10 trillion for, $2,000 a month of stimulus checks, and that's just not true. If you really wanted to understand how this would work, putting money into people's hands, I would say definitely start watching some of Andrew Yang's interviews. You'll understand exactly what will happen. Read his book. You'll understand what will happen, and then you'll be able to report accurate information. The only reason why they are reporting these numbers as 10 trillion or 5 trillion or 3 trillion, basically putting those numbers out there, is because trillions of dollars scare people. And that's what they're looking to do, is scare people into basically not supporting any bill that has stimulus checks. And that's just not the case. There are so many people that are in dire situations that need money, and if they were given money, then they would be put in a better situation, and then also the economy would be in a better situation. So for people saying that it's costing, $10 trillion, it's not accurate. So let me explain this in a more detailed way. So what happens when you give money to people? When you give money to people, they spend it. And what drives GDP? What drives the economy? Consumer spending. So if consumer spending drives the economy and you put money into people's hands, what's going to happen there? They're going to spend that money. It's going to drive up the economy. And I know you're probably saying, well, that doesn't basically tell me that it's going to cost less. It's still costing $10 trillion. No, because if you're putting the money back into the economy, it's going right back to the government. It's circulating through our economy as something that first was initiated by them, going through us, and then circulating back through our economy, going to different people. 80 to 90% of that money will stay in our economy, in our system, rather than going outside of our system. 10% will go outside of it, but no one cares about that. I mean, that will happen. You'll have a portion that goes out, but the largest portion will stay within our economy. So it's not a loan to ourselves. It's not anything. We're circulating that money. So there's no issue there. So when people say, it's going to cost $10 trillion or $3 trillion, you have to factor in a large portion that's circulating through. Now, it's not 100% covered, but you can look at it and say that it's going to cover a large portion of it. Loans to businesses, loans to local governments and things like that, that finds a way to circulate through, but then again, it doesn't always circulate through. Less and less circulates through as it starts to move towards big businesses, small businesses, corporations. Less starts to funnel through our economy and starts to circulate. So this is why I really wanted to make this video, was just to talk about the fact that, it may cost $3 trillion, $5 trillion, $10 trillion, just looking at a simple calculation. But when you add in all of the other factors in there, one, the people that don't qualify, two, adding in the circulation of money and how that factors into what the spend will actually be, and three, understanding how it would affect our businesses. People say that, hey, you need to put money into businesses, but if you give businesses a loan, what does this help? It's going to help them, live to the next month, the next 2 months or whatever, but businesses survive based on consumer spending. So if we're not spending money, then you're not going to survive no matter how much you fund that business. So this is why all of these businesses are starting to file for Chapter 11, starting to file for bankruptcy, because of the fact that consumers are not spending money. If you put money into our hands, we're going to spend the money where it needs to be spent. Now you're probably asking yourself, hey, if we put money into businesses, then they'll survive until a point to where we come back and we start spending money again. No, because if you don't put money into people's hands and they're struggling to pay their bills, they're going to have to pay their bills after the pandemic is over. So then they're not going to be spending money in the places where you want them to spend money. They're going to spend the money in places where they need to spend money. So it's not going to work out so easily. So if you're not for something like a stimulus check to put money into people's hands that are struggling, then I'm sure you'll be surprised that the economy is going to tank. And that's what exactly is going to happen if we don't get more than just one stimulus check. Another stimulus check will help. But if we get multiple months of stimulus checks, I'm telling you, it's going to get people on their feet. The economy is going to thrive. The reason that they don't want this to happen is because it brings poorer people up to the middle class. And then, nobody's in that poorer level that really needs to work. They need people in lower levels so that they can work as hard as possible in order to make a little bit of money. And that's sad, but it's true. So I just wanted to put this video out there because there's a lot of false information talking about they're going to cost, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars without factoring in, the circulation of money. So I wanted to get that video out there. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you're not too upset, but I just can't see another video talking about this bill is dead on arrival. This bill is absolutely horrible. Now, with a lot of the things that they hid in the bill that I understand, but just looking at stimulus checks by themselves, it's not just because of that. It's because of way more than just stimulus checks. So that's what I really wanted to talk about. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Also, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway. Check out the video up in the cards to enter that giveaway. And that's it, guys. Make sure that you spread the right information. If anybody says that it costs trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, tell them to redo their calculation because they have to put the circulation of money in there somewhere. They don't have the right formula. But that's my video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to have to get out of here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.